If you're looking to improve your aim in Fortnite, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to be covering why it's so important to improve your aim and different ways to train your aim. Feel free to hit that subscribe button because it does help me out a ton, and feel free to use the timestamps in the description below. Also, using my creator code is one of the best ways to show support, and I would really appreciate it. First, we need to talk about the importance of having good aim. Having good aim is one of the most overlooked aspects in Fortnite. Most people tend to overfocus on how fast their mechanics are and how good their piece control is. Although this isn't a bad thing, not focusing on your aim will make it harder to see improvement in your gameplay. You have to remember, without aim, mechanics and piece control mean nothing. You might have the fastest mechanics and the best piece control, but if your aim isn't good, you won't be able to consistently finish fights. Many of the top tier pros have insane aim and always make sure to be practicing, whether they're using aim trainers or just consistently playing the game. Next, we need to talk about choosing your sensitivity. Choosing your sensitivity can be a really hard choice, but it's one of the biggest factors that determines how good your aim will be. If you're someone who struggles with having good aim, the best option for you might be to play on a lower sensitivity. But if you're someone who has naturally good aim, you're most likely able to choose any sensitivity you want. Not everyone is gifted with naturally good aim, so if you're someone who likes high sensitivity, the chances are you're going to have to aim train a lot. If you're someone who plays on a lower sensitivity, you're still going to have to aim train, but it won't be as hard to improve your aim. There are factors that come into play when choosing your sensitivity, like not having a lot of mouse space, so you need to put these factors into play when choosing your sensitivity. Learning mouse control is the ability to move your mouse quickly and smoothly to the location you want it. You can practice your mouse control by Kovaaksing, which also has other benefits, and by just playing the game to get used to your sensitivity. Being comfortable with the amount of mouse space you have and your sensitivity will also help you to improve your mouse control. I also want to let you guys know, I'm going to be streaming over on Twitch playing ranked and vibing with chat. If you guys want to stop by and drop a follow, that would be appreciated. I'm trying to reach 500 followers soon. Another big factor in determining how good your aim will be is what mouse or controller you're using. Saving money for a good mouse or keyboard is not a bad idea at all. If anything, you should see it as an investment. One of the best gaming mice I recommend is the Logitech G Pro Superlight. Most big names use this mouse like Bugha, Tayson, and so many more tier 1 pros. And for controller players, you guys don't have too many options, besides a PlayStation controller and an Xbox controller. But you guys do have other stuff to choose from, like control freaks and paddles, so looking into those might not be a bad idea. I also can't speak too much about choosing between paddles or claw, since I haven't touched a controller in 4 years, but I do recommend choosing one of them since you never have to take your fingers off the joysticks. Next, we need to talk about the importance of using Kovaaksing. I know controller players can't use Kovaaksing, so I will show you guys some other stuff later in the video. But if you didn't know, Kovaaksing is a software that is used to help you train your aim. Although there are a lot of pros that don't use Kovaaksing, the majority of the pros do use it. I myself started using Kovaaksing and saw major improvement in my aim within just 3 weeks. I'll leave all the different Kovaaksing routines I have been using in the description for you guys to check out. Many pros have said that Kovaaksing doesn't only help with their aim, but also helps with their crosshair placement. Now, speaking of crosshair placement, this is another important aspect that helps you to have good aim and can also help you to improve your mechanics. Crosshair placement is moving your crosshair the least amount when you're selecting the tiles to do the edit. Mastering crosshair placement will help you to have better aim since you'll be moving your crosshair a minimal amount when doing edits. I'm not going to go into full detail about this, but if you guys would like an in-depth video about crosshair placement, make sure to let me know in the comments. Something really important that no one really mentions is patience. Patience is important when it comes to hitting necessary shots. Sometimes taking a second to hit a good shot is worth it rather than rushing to get the shot off before your opponent can. A good place to practice this is in a 200 pump headshot map, since the main focus is eliminating your opponent with a headshot. Next thing I want to talk about is being consistent and letting time do its thing. If you are consistent with your aim training, you will see improvement. At first it'll be hard to keep the consistency, but over time you have to implement it into your schedule. Letting time do its thing is also important. After aim training for about a week, the chances are you're not going to have pro level aim. But if you give it up to a month of consistently aim training, I guarantee you will see improvement. Next, we need to talk about how to implement aim training into your routine. In my opinion, aim training is really boring. What I do is aim train first to get it out the way. I do recommend this if you are someone who's not a fan of aim training. Now we'll talk about the different ways to train your aim. I already mentioned Kovaaksing earlier, so I won't mention it again, but I do want to talk to you guys about my map. I have a few different aim training scenarios that I do recommend and use myself, like horizontal and vertical tracking. So make sure to go check them out. The map code is in the description. I also have mechanics training and piece control training. So if you are looking for a map to warm up everything at once, then I suggest using this one. I also plan on adding more to the mechanics training and piece control training. As of now, the map has edit courses, a free build section, a wide range of piece control training, and a lot more that you should check out. Now I'm going to show you guys the best maps to practice your aim in creative. The first map I want to talk about is Aim Duels. Aim Duels are really important when it comes to practicing your aim while using the guns that are in a real game. This is something that no aim training software offers since you're not able to replicate the same pullout time or crosshair of the guns in Fortnite. I know I talked about this earlier, but I do recommend using any 200 pump headshot map. You get to mainly focus on hitting consistent shots with your shotgun aim and will help you to implement patience into your playstyle. Another thing I recommend doing is box fighting. Box fighting is more useful than zone wars and build fights since you mainly get to focus on your angles and your aim. It also just replicates a real game because most fights are never really build fights since you don't have infinite mats. The last map I'm going to recommend is Raider's Mechanics Training Map. He has a pretty good aim training section in the map that you guys should try out. Incorporating the use of aim training and these maps into your schedule will help you to improve your aim. Try making a routine for yourself and make sure to focus on your weak spots. Having good aim is a very important aspect of Fortnite and you don't want to forget about it. All the maps and Kovaaksing routines I talked about will be in the description, so go take a look down there. If you guys did find this video helpful in any way, then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep supporting me.